Girl, I'll suck your titty off.
Cute stuff. Come on.
Oh, it is.
With it.
Oh, it is.
Hey, man.
Oh, I love getting nasty.
Get it. Less is more with Jay Less. Man, they know we winning.
What's pop locking and dropping YouTube? It's your boy Jay Less, and I'm back at it with another video here. And in this video, we're going to talk about my first ever fight. But let me talk about the gameplay real quick. So you're going to see me using the G36 on wet work, playing some domination. I actually go on a 20 kill streak, I think, in the first half. I picked up somebody's M16, and I was kind of using it over my G36 just because I feel more comfortable killing people with the M16. But this particular M16 didn't have a red dot, and it kind of did me in on the end, and my aim was ass. And anyway, I go off on this joint. I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay, but let's get into the story. So, my first ever fist fight with someone that was not a family member happened when I think I was in 6th or 7th grade. So I think it's like 12, 13, 11, those 3 years. I don't know when you start middle school. I think you start at 11 and then you turn 12 and then it's 12 and then you turn 13. And anyway, I think I was like 12 when it happened, give or take. So I was standing in the lunch line at my middle school. And so these two guys come up to me and they know me. You know, one of them's name was Josh, one was Gerald. And Gerald, he came up to me, he was like, yo, Jay Les, you know, you trying to let me cut, but we'll cut behind you. You know, so me, I didn't give a fuck, because I was like, all right, well, you're not cutting in front of me, so you got to deal with the people behind you, or behind me. So I was like, all right, whatever, smooth. So, of course, there's a girl behind me, and I kind of felt like an asshole afterwards. So they kind of just cut her ass, and she's kind of skinny, so, you know, she needed her lunch. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me stop. But anyway, so, you know, we're sitting in line. They're kind of talking to me. Yo, what's up, Jay? Blah, blah, blah. You know, all this shit. And basically, this other kid. Now, to give you guys kind of like the size difference, I am 6'5". We're not going to discuss my weight. You guys can tell I'm a big ass motherfucker. So, I didn't hit my growth spurt until like the summer leading into 8th grade. So, and which I went up to like 6 foot or 6'1". So I was probably like 5'7", 5'8". Probably weighed, and in middle school I weighed like 280 pounds in my 8th grade year of high school. So I probably weighed like 200, 180. So I was still kind of a chunky kid, but I was small. But this other kid was like 6'2" in 7th grade. And I remember his name clear as day. His name was Christopher England. Christopher, if you remember, man, and you see this video, man, shout out to you, man. But he and I actually got into 2 fights in middle school, actually. And so basically what happened was he comes up and he's like, yo, Gerald, you trying to let me cut with you? And he was like, nah, fuck off. Basically giving him like a hard time. So, you know, they're jaw-jacking, kind of, you know, talking shit to each other. I'm sitting there minding my own business. And so all of a sudden this motherfucker pushes me. Oh, no, he didn't push me yet. No. So Gerald called him a walking penis. And I laughed, because honestly, that's fucking funny. He called him a walking penis. In that grade, with that maturity level, that shit will make you laugh. So I giggled. I kind of was like, fucking walking penis. He pushes me. So in middle school, I got into a lot of fights. So I like turn around and I'm like, yo, the fuck you push me for? And he was like, man, you disrespect me like that, blah, 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 talking all this rah-rah shit. And I'm like, disrespect you? I'm like, Gerald's the one who called you a walking penis. Just because I fucking laughed, that don't mean shit. Now, mind you, Gerald was also kind of known in my middle school for fighting and previously broke this kid's collarbone in a fight. So, obviously, he's not going to fuck with Gerald when Gerald called him a walking penis. So, he was going to fuck with me. He was going to take his anger from Gerald out on me. Mistake number one. So, he's talking all this shit to me, and so, I don't entertain. I'm very quiet. I was just kind of like, he's talking his shit, and I was just like, you're not about to do anything. And he was like, man, fuck you, man, I gotta do blah, 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 that's all this shit. I turned around on his ass. Like, I literally turned around and turned my back to him. And he was like, yo! I didn't even respond to him. He's like, yo, I'm talking to you. Still didn't respond. So he pushes me again. So I turned around, and all I did, I just calmly said to him, I said, Chris, don't touch me. And everybody, of course, is like, ooh. And, so, like, Chris is like, oh, what are you going to do? And I was like, if you push me, you will find out. So, of course, I turned back around. And the weird part about it is like, it felt like 2 to 3 minutes went by, right? So I'm thinking, okay, cool, it's all good. He's just going to be back there with Gerald and Josh. They're still giving him shit. Like, they're kind of antagonizing it because they're like, man, you going to let J-Les punk you like that, man? Like, man, blah, 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 this, that, the third. And so 2-3 minutes go by, all of a sudden, he pushes me again. Now, notice in that time frame, we were moving up to the lunch line. So we were originally in the cafeteria when the whole thing started, but the cafeteria wrapped outside of the cafeteria into the hallway, and then it came back into the actual lunchroom where you went through the line, and then you exited back in the cafeteria. So in the hallway, there were absolutely no teachers. No teachers stood out in that hallway watching that line. So that's where he pushed me, because he's a bitch. And so he pushes me, and I turn around, and I Ken Shamrock, kick, you know how Ken Shamrock kick you behind the kneecap, kick him like that, and he leans, right? Like he's like, oh shit, and he starts stumbling, and so I square up. I'm like, what's poppin'? And so he was all like, man, what the fuck, man? You kicked me like that, man? You a bitch. Only bitches kick. And I was like, what's up then? I'm squared up. I'm ready to go, man. Let me in him. You know what I'm saying? I'm over there trying ready to fuck him up here. And he was all at first didn't want to do it. And then everybody's like, yeah, fuck him up, blah, blah, blah. And so we start fighting, right? We're like, damn, I'm getting fucked up. He getting fucked up. We throwing punches. And all I remember, honestly, I don't know how many of my punches landed. I don't know how many of his landed. All I remember is there was this kind of chubby girl that Chris always used to pick on. Her name was Anna. She comes running out the blue, bro. Running out the blue Jason, kick his ass! That's bro, literally out of that entire fight, that's literally all I remember. And I'm sitting there trying to move, he's sticky, he trying to move, but he lanky, and I'm slow, and I'm like, So we're fighting, and all of a sudden I see, I hear beep, 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 a whistle, and our assistant principal, Mr. Calhoun, aka Hitler, shout out to you, bro, was running down the hallway. I'm saying this man, full sprint, he running with, against Usain Bolt, bro, he full sprint down the hallway, and comes in and pushes us both apart. He pushed me so fucking hard I fell down, bro. And so then I get up, and he's like, both of y'all in my office. So we go up to the office or whatever, blah blah blah, and our school had a end of the year cookout shit. Basically, I just couldn't go to that. So basically, actually, that was in 6th grade. Yeah, that was in 6th grade. So I was 11 years old when that happened. That was literally my first of many middle school fights. And actually, Chris and I fought again in 7th grade. So that fight went a little bit better. If y'all want to hear about that fight, leave a like on this video, comment saying that you want to hear about that fight. This has been Story Time with your boy J-Les. I'm going to catch you guys on the flip side here.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you